Hello, welcome back to my world of lockdown. Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber, and a big fat welcome if you're new around here. My name is Az and I am building a speed build for you today because I am in lockdown and bored out of my mind. So we're finally retackling or coming back to tackle my A to Z. I don't know my alphabet. No, we're doing the A to Z challenge today, and we are up to the letter C. And I decided to do a church / graveyard type situation because it's a type of build that everybody uses, like especially in game. I know I'm always looking for a really nice, pretty sort of churchy build for my Sims to get married in, or like a graveyard to bury my dead Sims in. So, you know, two birds, one stone. I myself am not actually a religious woman, so apologies if I get something wrong with like the church style, or if I've missed something that is traditionally supposed to be in a church. I wouldn't have a clue. I went on Pinterest and I wanted to do something a little bit different, so like a modern type church was more specifically what I wanted to do, especially because in today's day and age everything's modern, right? Okay, everything. So I wanted to do something a little bit different and like, you know, architecturally pretty, basically. So I decided to give it a little bit of a mix up and do something that's not necessarily traditional, but still does have a little bit of that like churchy, holy, I don't know how you'd say it, like just vibes. But I wanted it to be beautiful at the same time, more or less. And no need to toot my own horn, but lovelies, I think we did it. I'm absolutely stoked with how this church actually looks. It's really light and airy, and just I enjoyed doing it. And the image, I'll put it up on screen for you here, that I used is this one, and this is what I used for the church, and you can see the roof is slightly different, but the overall, I suppose, vibe is pretty much more or less the same thing. I just wanted to, I don't know, try and recreate it, but keep it looking kind of not so, I don't want to say weird, but like that roof shape is a little bit hard to achieve in The Sims. So that's sort of the train that I'm going on here. That's the ride that I'm taking. And I'm actually pretty stoked with how it turned out. I really, really love this church, and I definitely, you know, turning my own horn again, I'm gonna use it in my own game. I do have a query though, and somebody needs to tell me if you guys are having the exact same problem. Basically, I'm building away, la-di-da, happy as, and then depending on the angle that the camera's on, the floor just disappears, and it's like a big fat hole down to the bottom of the earth, and it does like every single time. I noticed it the first time, I think, when I was building my resort. No, it wasn't a resort. I was building a spa in Sulani, and the floor just like disappeared, and suddenly I just had ocean instead of floor, and I was just like, Sims can't walk on that. What is this? But yeah, it disappeared, and I noticed that if I put certain floor tiles down, it would reappear again, and it's kind of like some of them are glitchy on certain lots, if you know what I mean. But like that main concrete floor that seems to be on every single, you know, that is on every single, like if you place a floor platform room, you know what I mean. They are the worst for it. They're what disappears the most generally, and it's really, really annoying, and I have no idea how to fix it. Is it a mod issue maybe? Because I don't really have many mods installed. I don't think I do have any, except for the tool mod at the moment, mind you, and one other one that's supposed to help with UI. That's the one. I've got them installed, and you know, obviously some CC, but that's just CAS CC, so I don't know like what the actual issue would be, and I'm kind of wondering if any of you have the same problem, or have had the same problem when you're building away and then suddenly the floor disappears, and it's just like, I'm not finished with you, come back, thanks. But who knows, right? I'm no expert clearly, and I have no idea what I'm on about, so it could just be operator error, you know, it probably is, but yeah, we'll make him do. Now this building off to the side of the church, I thought about it for a while, and when I first started building it, I initially sort of thought, oh, I could make that into like a groom bride dressing room type deal. and you know, somewhere for the groom slash bride to get ready. But then I thought, you know what, Sims don't actually use that kind of space, so I might just turn it into like a party central for after the wedding, and that's what it ends up being. But I don't think I actually show a lot of that because, again, the floor was doing this weird thing like you just saw, and it was driving me up the wall, and I was just like, ugh. And then I discovered that I couldn't actually place anything there, and it was just a big fat disaster, and I was like, yep, this is awesome. But we persevered, we made it work, and I am happy with the end result. I had to move was gonna say changing room, but it's not changing room anymore. I had to move the party central disco location over, like into an empty space a couple of times so that I could actually place things. I almost wonder if it's like the roof wasn't letting me place stuff, or the floor above the building. I don't know, it's like a weird glitch, and I absolutely hate it, and it drives me up a wall because I can't do anything about it. But oh well. Now I also just wanted to, while I'm thinking about it, go over my upload schedule, I suppose, because I am in lockdown at the moment. Well, for 3 days. New Zealand is in lockdown for 3 days. Wait, not New Zealand, not the whole of New Zealand. Most of the countries at level 2 for lockdown, and Auckland, which is my region, is at level 3, unfortunately. So I've been sent home from work and am making videos. I'm not complaining, by all means. I'm doing okay in terms of the job department. I'm probably more secure than most people. But I know there are a lot of people that have suffered through COVID, the pandemic, and it's scary. So yeah, I hope everyone is looking after themselves and staying safe. And I say that at the end of every single video that I make, but I genuinely mean it. You guys need to look out for each other and yourselves. No one else is going to look after you better than you. But stay safe, be supportive, be kind. And that's a really, really cheesy thing to say right now, but genuinely, it will help us get through. Anyway, my upload schedule, what I first started talking about. Basically, at the moment, I upload on Wednesdays, and there was a while through the very first lockdown, the month-long lockdown that we had, I was uploading twice a week, and that was working, and that was fun, but I kind of got to the point where I got back to work and things were just crazy busy, so I didn't actually get to do a heck of a lot more in terms of making videos and uploading them, which sucked. But now that we're back in lockdown, I've kind of got the opportunity to try and catch up, and I'm going to say that my upload schedule will definitely be upload on Tuesday, 1 a.m. New Zealand time, because I always schedule it for that time, because that I think is just before most of my viewers are even online, so that works better. And then if I get stuff done, then I'll upload on Friday evenings as well. So you guys, well, when I say Friday evenings, I mean, again, Friday, 1 a.m. New Zealand time. I don't know what time that is anywhere else, really, but we try. So yeah, that is going to be me for the next sort of however long I can actually hold it for. I think it's going to be kind of a weird change to start with. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. At this stage, we're going to give it a go. If I don't like it, we'll go back to uploading on Wednesdays and Saturdays if I have a spare video. If not, then it will stay Wednesday and Friday. Tuesday and Friday. I just need to give my whole channel a bit of a revamp, I think. It could be good, but we will see what happens and go from there, I suppose, see if we've got time. I'm sure we will, but hey. Now, back to talking about this church. Like I said at the beginning, I am not a religious woman, so I wouldn't know what sort of specific things are supposed to go in a church, if there's anything you're not supposed to put in a church. I wouldn't have a clue. I just know that there's pews and some sort of table at the front, as well as like holy water. So towards the end, I kind of used a bowl from Eco Living and put it on that bench. But yeah, like I said, don't want to offend anyone, not doing it on purpose, just not sure what's actually supposed to go in a church because I'm not a religious gal. Now, I did really want to make this a little bit more modern as well, so I love using those island living glass panels but flip them up on their sides, and I think that sort of effect looks really cool both inside and outside of the church. It sort of kind of works as a really nice dividery archway, and I love how it turned out, so I was stoked with that. And I wanted to use a lot of stuff from Romantic Garden stuff, especially in the church, cemetery, and I kind of gave it like a garden-y sort of fountain area as well, and really happy with the placement and how it all looked. So I don't know, love to know what you guys think as well. I thought about putting a chandelier up in the front there as well, but then thought, we're doing modern church, let's give this a bit of a change and give it a go. Now this is the point where I started thinking this would make cool dressing rooms either side, and I mucked around with doors and windows and trying to match them up for ages, but it didn't really work. So we moved on, and eventually this all turns into one whole just room, and I've cut out the entire of the making of the bathrooms because I got both of those done before I actually changed what this room was. So that just gets moved over, and the bathroom is, absolutely sweet as. But yeah, there's really not much else to this build as a whole. I sort of muck around with the graveyard for a little while, as well as like the garden, because I wanted to make it really pretty and I don't know, just pretty. And I used these Jungle Adventure Debug short walls to sort of make the path look nice and rounded and curvy. And as you can see, I cut pretty much all of it out because I figured that's the most boring part of the build, and I've started putting together the symmetry now. This was also a little bit like boring to watch, I suppose, because it was literally just me throwing down a whole bunch of fenced 3x1 areas that looked like a graveyard and putting some headstones on them, and it's really as simple as that, nothing much to it. I do a little bit more customization in terms of each graveyard or grave site in the game. Now that I'm thinking about it, has anybody played the game Graveyard Digger? I've downloaded it on my phone and I'm honest to God obsessed. It is such a cool game, considering it's really weird. You're like this little, it's kind of like set up kind of like Stardew Valley. I know a lot of you guys are into probably Stardew Valley because Simmers, that's what Simmers are into. But basically you are this little fellow who has been whisked into some old-timey world, and he's the new graveyard keeper, and he has to dig graves and make the graveyard and church look real nice and pretty, and up its like grave value, I don't know. And there's this talking ass donkey donkey that walks around and brings him new corpses to bury and excavate. Not excavate, that's definitely not the right word. He brings him corpses to like take the blood and guts out of, and there's these people that have got quests, and it's a lot like Stardew Valley from what I've heard, except you're a graveyard digger, and I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with this game right now. It's really cool. It's just an app that you can get off the App Store. I'm playing on Samsung, but I'm pretty sure I've played it. I played it when I had an Apple phone as well. Yes, I made the change. But yeah, basically, check it out if you haven't already. I think it is a paid app, but worth it. I thought it was worth it. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to go and check it out. It's really cool. Okay, enough talking about a different game. Back to The Sims. You'll see me, I'm customizing the grave sites now. I guess I kind of just wanted to give each grave site a different sort of personality. And I figured what you guys will be able to do with these is when your Sims die, put their headstones in place of these headstones so that, you can mourn your Sims and have a place where all the ghosts can hang out type thing. Which I can imagine would be quite annoying if your Sims are trying to get married and there's this random ghost just popping up and being like, hello, this is where my gravesite is, so this is my home, so I'm gonna come and join on in your wedding and, flirt with the bridesmaid, but whatever. Yeah, but I don't know, I really like the idea of just having a graveyard or somewhere for your Sims to actually be buried, because we don't really do a lot with them. Well, I don't, when I'm actually playing in like story mode. I say story mode, but like just playing the game normally. I don't know. And I wanted to do like a few different grave sites because I wanted to sort of have a little bit of variety and maybe have like a statue rather than an actual headstone. And I did that on a couple of the grave sites just to sort of, have that variety. But started messing around a bit more with the layout on this side because as I was building, I kind of was just taking it each section at a time. So I did the graveyard, and then I did the gardens, and then I think I was done from there. But yeah, I definitely did do things like one thing after the other. These particular gardening places as well, I didn't really want to put a heck of a lot of greenery in, because I kind of like seeing I suppose the soil, and it's a specific look, I suppose. It kind of might look empty to some, but I really like the non-complexity, I suppose, of just trees, and a little bit of foliage underneath. I don't know, I use those yellow daisy bush type things, and put dense gardens around the grave sites a little bit more. You guys can see what I mean. But yeah, that is pretty much the build. I throw down some gardens, I throw down a well later on. I did make this one grave site just empty because I thought, you know what, that could actually work. And I put like a casket, what am I put a casket beside it, to sort of make it look a little bit creepy, but you know, oh well, Sim's on his way out and hasn't quite been buried yet. You guys can fill that in if you want, because it's really easy to do. Just put a roof back on that basement. But yeah, I figured it would be cool if you guys actually didn't want to see your Sim's headstone, then it's easy just to throw I suppose the what do you call it? The urn underground underneath that particular headstone could work if you didn't really. I don't know, does that prevent ghosts from actually getting up? Do they need to have stairs in order to actually get out? Because that could be a good way of getting around the whole ghosts at a wedding issue. Can someone tell me, is that a thing? I'd love to know. Love to hear from you. Definitely gonna try it in my own game, that's for sure. But to be honest, I don't play enough these days to actually playtest things that I wonder about. I'm sort of more than happy just building and hearing from you guys and hearing that you enjoy these particular builds. But anyway, I think I've probably talked your ear off for long enough. I've been talking for like, it says 17 minutes now, but I know it's been longer than that because I had to, I don't know, restart my talking like a million times because I keep putting big fat breaths in everywhere. So hopefully everything lines up. I suppose we'll find out when I edit this voice clip. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you here. As usual, this lot is available for download in my gallery. And yeah, there's not much else to it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, any of that good stuff if you did enjoy watching. Gallery is in the link just down below in that description as per usual. And yeah, stay safe, look after yourself, and I will talk to you all next time. Okay, bye. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven that found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living.